Hello, beautiful souls. It's Emily with Twins in Union. I hope that everyone is doing well today. I am here today with a twin flame collective reading for us to look at the energies for this powerful new moon in Aries that we have coming up. It's on the 15th here in the U.S., and I believe it's possibly on the 16th in other parts of the world. But yeah, this is a very exciting new moon, and I'm excited to share this reading with you. And before I get started, as always, I just want to take a quick moment and say thank you all so much for all of your subscribes, all of your likes, all of your awesome comments, your emails. I just always love hearing from you guys and connecting with you guys and sharing this journey with you. And I especially want to say thank you to everyone who has purchased readings with me and coaching sessions with me. I'm connecting with more and more of you, and it's just such an honor to support you and guide you in your journey. So thank you so much for your support in my mission. And yeah, with that being said, we'll talk a little bit about the energies. I do want to say I did post an energy update called April Towers Brings May Flowers. And I talk a lot about, some of these energies that are going on right now. So if you have not had a chance to see that, you might want to check that out because I go a lot more in depth. But, as far as this new moon in Aries goes, the energy of this is, Aries is a fire sign, and Aries is the warrior energy, and having that strength and having that courage. And so, this is all about, encouraging us to really look at our lives. The new moon is when the moon aligns with the sun, and it just kind of recharges its batteries. It draws energy from the sun, and we are pulling in energy that's Aries energies as the moon is recharging itself. So, new moons are very kind of a more quiet energy, but then we have Aries, which is fire and active, and so it's going to be kind of an interesting mix of really going within, but then really looking at, where do we need to take action in our lives to move closer to our goals and our dreams and our desires. And, how can we start to do that in a very authentic way? And we have Mercury retrograde ending on the 15th as well. So that is very exciting. And, with it being tied in with these new moon and Aries energies, it's like I'm seeing the vision of the cork popping on a bottle of champagne, or like a rocket launch taking off with like all the fire underneath the big flames and the rocket taking off in the sky, and kind of this idea of like really big dreams, like sending a rocket to the moon, like big dreams that you would think would be impossible. But when we, bring in our faith and our creativity and, co-creation, our power to co-create as empowered divine sovereign beings, we can make, the impossible possible. And so, yeah, getting back to the whole Mercury retrograde, it's going direct. So it's like, we have this new moon and this fire sign of Aries that's all about goals and strength and courage, combined with Mercury going direct, which is all about, communication and, technology. And yeah, so it's just this feeling of like the energy like building up and culminating, and then just like wanting to just like combust and like take off. So yeah, it's like celebration and that pop that cork popping off of the champagne bottle. And so it's just, I think it's just this like really exciting energy. And the other interesting thing about, you know, the energies with this new moon is there are a lot of planets with like earth energies going on, and then a lot going on with fire with the Aries. And so, you know, with the heavy influence of the earth energy and the heavy influence of the fire energy, and then there's actually like no planets that are in air signs. So, you know, we're not going to be like up in our heads a lot and thinking in a lot of air energy. We're going to be like more in like a passionate manifestation mode where we're really taking our desires and we're making them real. And it's reminding me of, you know, taking the clay and molding it into something beautiful and then putting it in the fire of the kiln and really solidifying it and, you know, making it grounded, making it real. And so really working with these energies of the earth energy and the fire energy and manifesting things, making them, bringing them into physical form. Let's see, what else can I tell you about the energies with this new moon? I think the cards are really going to say a lot as far as what's going on with the energies. And like I said, I think I touched on that this is just really a time to, you know, think about what it is that you want to desire and manifest, and do it from a place of your soul and like being really authentic. And I'm seeing that coming up in the cards here, so we'll go deeper into that. But the energies right now are just really, really encouraging us to manifest from a place that is aligned with the truth of our soul. And let's see, is there anything else? Well, the new moon in Aries is about big new beginnings too, because it is the first sign of the zodiac year. So in a way, this is, you know, celebrating a whole new zodiac year. So it's not only about planting these new seeds for the short term, but also thinking about what you would like to manifest in the long term. So yeah, I think I'm going to just kind of leave it at that. I did have one thing that I wanted to share with you really quick here that a client sent to me that I just thought was absolutely beautiful. And it really ties in with the energies that we are in right now, you know, with this new moon. And, you know, this was something that she just happened to come across in a magazine of her religious faith, and she shared this quote with me, and I think it's just a really beautiful analogy or metaphor for, you know, how we are co-creating with the divine in our twin flame journey, and we're really working with that Trinity energy of, you know, of you as an individual and your twin and the divine. And we are manifesting our dreams by, you know, aligning with God's will and our will, like aligning our will with God's will. So I'm going to read this quote, and I hope that it gives you greater insight. I thought it was really beautiful. Okay, it says, he's talking about focus. And he says, imagine, if you will, a pair of powerful binoculars. Two separate optical systems are joined together with a gear to focus two independent images into one three-dimensional view. To apply this analogy, let the scene on the left side of the binoculars represent your perception of your task or your purpose or your path. Let the picture on the right side represent God's perspective of your task. This is the portion of His plan as He has entrusted to you. Now, connect your system to God's system. By mentally adjusting, fuse your focus. So by shifting your thinking, you are fusing your focus with God's focus into one fused focus. When you do this, something wonderful happens. Your vision and God's vision are now the same vision. You have developed a eye single to the glory of God. With that perspective, look upward. Look above and beyond the mundane things about you. The Lord said, "Look unto me in every thought." That special vision will also help clarify your wishes when they may be a bit fuzzy and out of focus with God's hopes for your divine destiny. Indeed, the precise challenge you regard now as impossible may be the very refinement that you need in His eye. So I just thought that that was so beautiful, and I asked my client if I could share this, and she said yes. But yeah, I think this is really timely because this is describing a lot of these energies that we are in right now, and like I said, a lot of this is going to be coming through in the cards. But I think this is just something that we can really keep in mind is as we are working on aligning more and more with our soul, and we are aligning more and more with our highest vision for ourselves and becoming the best version of ourselves, that we are also aligning with God's vision, and it becomes one focused vision and one focused path. Because really, you know, they are one vision. And I was thinking about a pair of binoculars and the twin flame concept, and I was just like, well, you know, in a way it's almost like, you know, I'm, as the feminine, I would be like the left eye of the binocular, and my divine masculine would be the right eye of the binocular, and then God would be more of like, you know, the adjusting piece of the binocular that you're adjusting to get it into focus. And so it's like God is bringing my vision and my twin's vision together, and, you know, between me and my twin and God, it's like all of our visions are coming together as one. And it's, you know, bringing it into the 3D, which is, you know, has the length and the height and the depth, and bringing it into physical form. So bringing, you know, the vision for our union and the vision for our mission and the vision for how we want to serve others and the vision for just like the life of our dreams, bringing that all into focus, you know, with through adjusting, you know, our vibration and adjusting our mind and adjusting our hearts, and all of it's aligning with, you know, our truth and with God's vision for us. So I just think it's really beautiful, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So, okay, let's go ahead and we can dive in to the cards, and we will start, you know, diving deep into some of these messages and taking a closer look at these energies. So here we go. Okay, so I've got all the cards laid out here. I have shuffled and prayed over them, and I will hold them up so that you can see them up close as I am sharing them with you. And let's see, as usual, I have the divine masculine energy on this side and the feminine energy on this side and the energy of the union in the center here. And then let's see, as far as the decks I'm using, I have the Energy Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor, and I have clarifying cards on the outer edges here from the Good Tarot with Colette Baron Reed. And then at the end, I will wrap up with a oracle guidance from Spirit from the Wisdom of the Golden Path. And I also will do a couple of channeled twin flame letters for some divine love messages from the Divine Love Love Letters book. So yeah, that covers all the decks and materials I'm using. Let's see, and I think I want to actually start with the bottom of the deck energies, because these just couldn't have been more perfect for these energies going on right now, and I just really strongly feel guided to share. So on the bottom of the deck of the Energy Oracle deck, we have first chakra with the ever handsome Archangel Michael here. And this is the Aries energy. You know, Archangel Michael is the warrior and he oversees missions. And so this is this Aries fire energy really coming through powerfully here with Archangel Michael. And, you know, it's first chakra as well. So that is that earth energy. That's that base chakra at the base of your spine, at your tailbone. And, you know, it's the base chakra that really roots us and grounds us and connects us with Mother Earth and that earth energy. So this is just a beautiful depiction that is really bringing in both, you know, the powerful, you know, passionate, courageous, strong warrior energy of the Aries, and also the really rooted, grounded, physical, earthly energy. So it's taking that powerful warrior energy and strength to manifest what it is that you really desire in the physical world, bring it into physical form. And then we have, on the bottom of the deck for the Good Tarot, we have the Six of Fire. So this is, you know, this is a card that is all about success and victory and achievement and public recognition. And, you know, we see these hot air balloons here, so more symbolism of, like, you know, that fire energy. And, you know, we have this big hot air balloon with these little hot air balloons surrounding it. And it's like, you know, think big, dream big. Like, look at how big this is compared to the other ones. And it's like, you know, raised up high above all of the other hot air balloons. So really think big, dream big, you know, don't hold back. Like, what do you want to manifest? What is your vision? Where do you want to, you know, cultivate more victory and success in your life and your mission and your union? And I just really feel like these energies of success are here for us, and that this new moon in Aries and the Mercury going direct is going to really bring this energy of, like, us feeling confident and victorious and successful within ourselves. And it's like that energy that I was talking about of being willing to step outside of your comfort zone and kind of being pushed, you know, to be true to yourself. And, you know, no matter what it is that your dream is that you want to manifest, if you're being true to yourself, like, and it's in the very depth of your soul and your heart's deepest desire, it doesn't really matter. You know, it might seem small to someone else, but it might seem really big to you. And so we can't really look outside of ourselves for what our dreams are and how we define success. We have to really find that within ourselves. And to really acknowledge that and celebrate that and think about what successes and victories you've had so far, and think about how far you've come, and really acknowledge yourself for that. And it's when we can really, like, take that time to, like, acknowledge ourselves and honor ourselves and commend ourselves for a job well done, and, what we have accomplished so far, then, then we're ready to like start thinking about, what else would we like to accomplish? What's our next thing? So we can't forget to celebrate. That's the key. But yeah, beautiful fire energy of success and victory. So, okay, I'm going to start up here with the Divine Masculine, and as usual, I asked Spirit, what is Divine Masculine thinking about at this time of this new moon in Aries? And the card that came up is Contract. So I feel like the Divine Masculine is really thinking a lot about this connection, this twin flame connection, and, thinking about it in a way, where he's thinking about things being balanced. And, I just always think of the Justice card whenever I see this card. And, I just get this sense that the Divine Masculine is really thinking about the connection and where things have been out of balance. And, where do things need to be brought back into balance? It says contract, and so he's thinking about his soul's contract, and I just was talking about Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael is the archangel that oversees our soul mission. And this is a soul mission, this twin flame journey. Twin flame is a soul mission that is imprinted and embedded within your soul's blueprint. It's not just a label, it's a mission. So, I feel like the Divine Masculine is really aware that he has a soul contract with his Divine Feminine. And so he's really thinking about how he wants to bring balance into this connection, into this union, and how he wants there to be a sense of fairness, and he wants there to be a sense of justice. And I just noticing this blindfold here, and I always think about, unconditional love. And in unconditional love, we are not looking at each other through the eyes of judgment. We are looking at things from the eyes of unconditional love. And, she's wearing this white here, so it's this purity of the soul and purity of the heart. And, I feel like the Divine Masculine is really starting to think about his connection from this place that is more pure and honest, and not wearing the mask, and not looking through the eyes of the ego, but looking through the eyes of unconditional love, and looking at things from a balanced perspective that isn't, with judgment. So I just feel like the Divine Masculine, he really wants to be able to give to his Divine Feminine where he wasn't able to give in the past. And he really wants there to be this equal exchange where things are more balanced, where he's able to give, and it's that infinity, it's the giving and the receiving that is balanced. And, he's been shut down in the past, and he hasn't been able to fully show up and to fully commit and to fully be in a partnership and to fully, give like he would like to give. But I just feel like he's really thinking about that now, and now that's all changing, and he really is wanting this balance and this fairness. I also really feel like the Divine Masculine is realizing that he is worthy of having this beautiful, balanced partnership with his beloved. And, in the past it was like his own sense of self and his own identity were like, you know, seeing the scales out of balance, where he felt way down here and the feminine was way up here. You know, it was like he felt like, how can I be worthy of that? How can I deserve that? How can I, like, you know, put myself at that high of a standard because she's so amazing, you know, and am I really worthy of that? And yeah, just really realizing that now I am worthy of that. I am equal. I am able to be in a beautiful, balanced partnership, a divine partnership. And he's, you know, accumulated a lot of knowledge. There's all these books stacked up here. So he has accumulated a lot of knowledge. He has learned a lot of lessons. He has grown spiritually. And now he's really realizing it, like, on a conscious level, that he is worthy to be in a partnership that feels supportive and that really honors him and really brings him happiness and really brings him abundance. And it's just really beautiful to see that. I'm also realizing too, one thing that I didn't mention when I was talking about the energies was, I believe it's on April 17th, Saturn is going retrograde. And Saturn is like the planet of karma. And, you know, this is kind of a karmic kind of a card about, you know, fulfilling contracts, whether it's business contracts or legal things or soul contracts, karmic contracts of any kind. So I'm just being reminded about Saturn going retrograde in a few days here. And I feel like this, for the divine masculines that are still in a karmic connection. So let's see. Saturn retrograde goes from April 17th through September 6th. And I feel like during that time, there will be a lot of, you know, karmic relationships that are going to start to crumble and collapse. And so what I'm getting from this card is that if there are divine masculines who are still in a karmic relationship, that karma is going to come to a completion, and this Saturn retrograde is really going to support those karmic connections and, you know, completing what they need to complete. So whatever lessons still need to be learned, they're going to wrap that up and complete that karmic contract, because now the divine masculine is aware that that's not fulfilling him, that's not his path to true happiness, that is not his ultimate destiny. You know, he's realizing he has this other soul contract to fulfill with his divine feminine, and so he's got to wrap things up and do what he's got to do to start to move out of that and complete that karmic contract so that he can move into fulfilling his soul's contract with his beloved. And this is a number 6, which is about creating harmony and the lovers and balance and equality and yeah. So the clarifying card that came up with this is the King of Earth. So I'll dive into this a little bit more. So, you know, the King of Earth, first of all, this is really beautiful to see clarifying the contract card, because I feel like this is saying that for a lot of divine masculines, and remember this is a general twin flame collective reading, so this is just looking at the overall energy for the twin flame collective, that, you know, a lot of the divine masculines have matured a lot in their energy, where they have moved out of, you know, the energy of the page and the energy of the knight, and now they are in this energy of the king. So they've really matured a lot spiritually through all of these lessons they've learned, through all of these challenges that they have gone through, and you know, now realizing that he is, you know, this is all about being in that place of power and abundance and the earthly energy. We have that earth energy coming back up here. So the king of earth, he is, you know, confident, and he's also very reliable. He's slower moving, you know, but he is like the sure thing. He's like in it for the long haul. He's very loyal. He's very dependable. He's very generous. And he also has a really powerful grasp of manifestation and abundance. So I feel like the divine masculine has really, you know, risen in his awareness and in his energies to a point where he is seeing and feeling and experiencing his own power to manifest and create, and really working with source energy and trusting in the universe, and being able to see that there are other forces and powers that go beyond just the 3D, and to really be able to tap into some of that source energy and to ground that and manifest and, you know, make his dreams happen in the 3D physical world. And, you know, the king of earth, this is like something that the divine masculine really, really strives for and wants to accomplish. And, you know, he is very wired and driven and ambitious when it comes to being a strong provider. And that is the energy of the masculine. It's actually the masculine energy that is the giver and the provider. And the feminine is the energy of the receiver. So, you know, that's why the masculine is so focused on wanting to be able to be strong in this king of earth energy, because he wants to be this strong provider for his feminine and for his family. And this is just so beautiful, because now he is in this place where he's really open to receiving all of the blessings and all of the abundance that is, you know, available to him by seeing his worth, seeing his value, and honoring this commitment and this contract to be in this union with his divine feminine. And, you know, it goes back to like what I was saying, like he wants there to be balance. So he wants to be this good provider. He wants to give. And he feels that, you know, or thinks, since this is what he's thinking about how he wants to be a good provider, and that's where things are in balance, is when he is being a good provider for his feminine. And, you know, some divine masculine are still working on this energy where, you know, they're aware that they have this connection with their feminine, and they want to really get strong and be this strong provider. And that is the masculine energy, like wanting to be his best self, wanting to be his best version. So yeah, I just really feel like the divine masculine has this new faith and this new trust in something bigger in himself than himself, you know, trusting in the higher power, trusting in the divine, that, you know, he has what it takes to manifest his dreams. He's very focused, he's very grounded, he's very committed to fulfilling this contract, and he is in it for the long haul. And he's in this beautiful king energy, so he has a lot more confidence now that he didn't have before. So really awesome to see that. Okay, so what is the divine masculine feeling in his heart? And we have 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. And this card came up recently, I think, a couple of readings ago for the Divine Masculine in his heart. And, you know, Archangel Uriel is known as the flame of God. So this is so beautiful to see this fire in the Divine Masculine's heart coming up once again. And I feel like the last reading where we saw this card come up in his heart, it was maybe for like right around the spring equinox. And now we're seeing it again with this new moon in Aries. And so I feel like this is relating, this is relating to these waves of light that we have been receiving. And, you know, they're coming through about every couple of weeks, and I'm noticing that they correspond with you know, the moon cycle. So I just feel like this is also, you know, in addition to the light waves that are coming in, that this also relates to, at least for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, that the sun's power is growing in strength. And, you know, the masculine energy is ruled by the sun, so this is giving him increased strength and confidence in his heart. And so yeah, I just really feel the Divine Masculine's heart is opening. And, you know, 7th chakra, we see she's got this crown on her head here. So, you know, the 7th chakra is on the crown of your head, also known as the crown chakra, and it's what connects us to source energy. And so just as I was saying, you know, with that King of Earth card, it's like the Divine Masculine, he is really connected. His 7th chakra is really opening up, and he's tapping in and receiving source energy right now. And it's really like coming in through his heart chakra. So in like through his 7th chakra and down through his heart chakra. And this is just really igniting his heart with this divine inspiration and divine passion. And he's just fully connected to the divine right now. And this is really helping him, you know, be able to listen to his intuition more and be able to receive divine guidance. And just, yeah, all of this energy like really flowing now. And it's so beautiful to see this, because for so long the Divine Masculine's heart has been, you know, closed off and shut down. And, you know, he has been going through this awakening process that has been really challenging, but it's also beautiful because it's helping his upper chakras really open up and grow and expand. And it's like opening up a whole new world, and it's really exciting to see this. So he's receiving all of this divine light and all of this divine guidance, and, you know, we see she's holding this book in her hand, so he's just like receiving this book of spiritual knowledge and really like having this full awareness of all of this spiritual wisdom and knowledge in his heart. Yeah, and the other thing that I'm getting is he's really listening to his heart now and making choices from his heart. And like I said, with this new moon, part of what's really interesting about it is we don't have a lot of air. Like there's no air energies going on right now. So, and I noticed this morning, like my mind was so quiet. It was like I was meditating without having to meditate. You know, I was just like, wow, my mind is so quiet. Like, this is really cool. So I feel like the energy is really supporting the Divine Masculine and feeling his heart and like making decisions from his heart and, you know, honoring what he's feeling in his heart and being able to really listen to this guidance that's coming through. And not being in that ego mind or that monkey mind or that chatterbox kind of mind where it's just like overriding what you're feeling or overriding your guidance and overriding your intuition. This is just like, wow, I'm really feeling all of this. And it's like getting comfortable with that and being like, wow, I'm honoring my heart and I'm making decisions from my heart and I'm communicating from my heart. So it's just like, you know, before his heart was shut down and there was like a blockage between his mind and his heart. And now it's just like the floodgates are open and there's all this energy that's just like flowing, you know, and it's just really beautiful. So yeah, he's just really grounded in his heart energy now, and he's not thinking from his ego. And like I said, I feel like the sun's energy growing stronger is helping his confidence to grow stronger as a result. I'm also sensing some divine masculines might also be starting to seek out spiritual mentors or spiritual teachers or spiritual guides, or going to counselors, like just seeking guidance and wisdom. Or maybe if, you know, if they are connected to ascended masters or angels, like starting to call in their guides and their angels and their support teams. Yeah, just really connecting with this spiritual side of themselves, and just feeling this divine passion and divine inspiration flowing through them. And this is a 41, and so 4 corresponds with that heart chakra and that earth energy, really bringing this into taking their heart's desires and manifesting from that place. And then with the number 1, you know, creating new beginnings, moving into this place of leadership and sovereignty. And, you know, the 4 and the 5 together, or the 4 and the 1 together add up to 5. So change and transformation taking place in his heart. And the clarifying card is beautiful that came up with this. It's the Emperor, so Major Arcana. And, you know, this is that authority figure. And the Emperor is, you know, that inner authority. And this goes back to what I was saying, where it's like his inner authority now is coming from his heart center. He is led by his heart. He is motivated by his heart. He is making life choices from his heart. He is, you know, manifesting from his heart. He is wanting to serve others from his heart. This is just like a huge shift that is taking place. And he's finding his inner authority in his heart now, not in his mind, not in the ego. So he's really come a long, long way. And again, you know, I know everyone is in a different place on this journey. And so if you feel like this isn't resonating for, you know, what you know to be true for your divine masculine, if you feel like you're not experiencing or seeing this in your connection, then ask yourself, am I experiencing this within myself, within my own divine masculine energy? Because I know I'm feeling this, you know, this energy in my heart as well. And also just know that these energies are like trajectories. So this is like my spirit guides are showing me the image of a big stadium, like a football stadium, or, you know, a big sports arena. And you know how people like start the wave and like a group of people will stand up and then like the wave and it goes all the way around the whole stadium. And so that's how energies are. It's like transitional. So it'll like, you know, some people will hit the wave first, but eventually it'll come around to everybody. So just know that, you know, this is where a lot of the divine masculines are right now. But if your divine masculine isn't in this energy just yet, this is the trajectory of the direction that he is headed eventually as he goes through his journey and his path. But yeah, so getting back to this Emperor card, I was also noticing the lion. And that song, the Katy Perry song, Roar, it's funny to say that word, roar. You know, I'm like hearing that song come through this card, and you know, the lyrics too. What's that line? It's about I went from zero to my own hero. And so I feel like the Divine Masculine is just in this beautiful place where he, you know, just like how I was saying, it was like before he felt like everything was out of balance and like, you know, I'm not worthy of this amazing, beautiful, divine love, and, you know, kind of struggling with his confidence. And now he's in this place where he's just like, you know, I went from zero to my own hero. And he's like moved through all of these challenges, moved through this dark night of the soul, like overcome so much. And now he's like getting his mojo back, you know, and feeling good about himself and being in his divine sovereign energy. And he's just like, you know, like I'm seeing an image of Tarzan like beating his chest and doing the Tarzan yell and being like, I'm king of the jungle, or, you know, like just feeling like, you know, he's got game and he's got his mojo coming back and he's king of the jungle. And all of this beautiful divine light that's flooding into his heart is like really giving him this strength and this confidence and this power to like take back control of his life and, you know, to manifest and be a leader from his heart. And I'm noticing this sword here too. So it's about, you know, being in his authenticity, speaking his truth, and cutting away everything that is not aligned with his soul's truth and his heart's desires. And another number 4 here, so we have a 4 and a 41. So really grounding this king energy, this emperor energy, this confident energy, and really creating new foundations and new structures that are aligned with who he is, you know, in the truth of his soul and the truth in his heart. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good job, Divine Masculines. You are really opening up spiritually, so trust in that. Really trust. Okay, what is the Divine Masculine healing? What is the healing and transformation? That was the question I asked. What is the healing and transformation taking place for the Divine Masculine right now at this new moon in Aries? And we have appreciation. So with this card, I feel like, you know, the Divine Masculine is like looking back on this twin flame journey, and he is really seeing it from a whole new perspective now, where he's really able to understand why certain challenges had to happen for him, why certain painful experiences had to happen for him, why things had to play out the way that they did. And, you know, I feel like this is relating back and connecting to this 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel card with his heart, where it's just like, since his 7th chakra is so open right now and he's receiving all of this guidance and spiritual knowledge, it's really helping him to be able to see everything from the higher perspective. And, you know, he's receiving all of the spiritual knowledge, and it's helping him understand, you know, what happened, why it had to happen the way it did, and how he can actually take all of the pain and all of the challenges and all of the suffering that he's had to go through and actually see the beauty in it and actually appreciate it and actually like put all of the pieces together now and like see the big picture, you know, and just to actually be grateful for how this journey and these challenges have helped shape him and helped grow him and help him evolve and help him open up more spiritually and help him see more of the truth of who he is. And yeah, it's just really beautiful. And it's like, as far as this card and the imagery goes, you know, this woman is standing in, these are bramble bushes. So they have a lot of thorns and pricklies, and, you know, but then they also have the flowers and the roses. And so I just feel like the Divine Masculine, what he's healing and transforming right now is just really healing all of the thorns and the pain and the challenge that has come about for him in this journey, and being able to transform that into being able to see the beauty in all of that and appreciating this wonderful gift of this journey and his divine feminine, and just seeing all of that and appreciating all of that. And also, I'm just feeling that the Divine Masculine, you know, he's healing some guilt and some shame about how things did play out in the past with the Divine Feminine, and, you know, that he could have appreciated her more and the connection more, but he wasn't in a space where he was able to do that, because he was kind of in that more lower vibrational, low self-esteem, ego, like he was just stuck in old energies, you know? But he's noticing that he could have appreciated her more, and he could have appreciated the connection more. And so it's like healing all of that shame and that guilt, and just wanting to make things right, you know? And that's this clarifying card, is the Justice card. And I feel like this also really strongly relates back to, you know, what he's thinking about. Like, he's thinking about this union and this soul contract and wanting things to be balanced. And so this balance is coming through again strongly with this Justice card. And, you know, this is a major arcana. So, yeah, he's really able to appreciate the beauty of the rose now, and the beauty of the feminine, and also just being able to appreciate and accept all of the thorns with all of the beauty, you know, and seeing it from a place of wholeness. Yeah. And so, as he's seeing everything from this place of having, it's like he is looking in hindsight, and now in hindsight, he's appreciating the feminine, he's appreciating the journey, and he's seeing everything from this higher perspective, and he's really, really wanting to make things right. He's really wanting to bring things back into balance. He's really wanting to take responsibility for his actions. He's wanting to take responsibility for his behaviors. And, you know, he's really wanting the truth. Like, we see the sword again. So let's see, we have 2 swords showing up here, and then we have the scales showing up twice. And so this is just strong message here of wanting truth, wanting equality, wanting fairness, wanting balance, wanting justice, wanting to make things right, wanting to make amends, you know, possibly issuing an apology. It could be an apology that's, you know, telepathic or energetic, or an actual 3D apology in person or written. But I just really get the sense that the Divine Masculine is just like saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I couldn't appreciate you or this journey in the past because I was just stuck in all of these old energies, but now he's really moved through this dark night of the soul. He's really seeing the bigger picture. He has so much more spiritual knowledge and understanding, and he wants things to be made right. And this is a 15, so, you know, 1 representing that new beginning, 5 with this change and transformation, and the 5 and the 1 adding up to the 6, which is that balance and that harmony and the love and the appreciation. And with the 11, you know, that's a master number. I believe it's the master teacher. And it's also about manifestation, and, you know, it's this number of justice and balance with a number 2 when we add the 1 and the 1, bringing things back into balance and harmony. Yeah. Speaking the truth. Okay. So, I think that covers the masculine, and I will move over to the feminine and what the feminine is thinking at the time of this new moon in Aries. So we have a couple of cards that came up, and then there were a couple of clarifying cards too. So, I'll start with this indecision card. So I feel like, you know, this goes back to, you know, these energies that we are in right now. And I feel like the Divine Feminine is really, she's thinking about her life. She's thinking about her path. I feel like this indecision could look different for every Divine Feminine. I feel like for some Divine Feminines, this indecision is closely related to their mission, their life purpose, and, you know, their career path, and, you know, maybe wanting to move forward but not really sure which way to go or which path. This could be some Divine Feminines, like I said, with the Saturn going retrograde, and that planet of karma. There could be some Divine Feminines who are in karmic connection still, who are, you know, contemplating if they want to continue down that path or if it's going to be time to, like, you know, start a new path in life, and break away from that karmic connection and complete that karma. This could be some Divine Feminines who are just like, I don't know if I want to stay on the twin flame path or if I want to venture over into soulmate land. You know, this could mean so many different things for everyone. So, you know, work with your higher self and your intuition here, and, you know, see what area of your life you've been feeling kind of stuck or indecisive, or like you're at a crossroads and you're not sure how to move forward. And, you know, the other card that came up is 4th chakra with Archangel Raphael. And so I feel like Archangel Raphael is here with a message, and he's saying, if you're not sure which path and you're feeling confused, go into your heart and really listen to your heart and follow your heart, and know that your heart is the path. Your heart will reveal the truth. Your heart will reveal your true path. Because like I said, we are in energies right now, and this is important. We are in energies right now that are really asking us to choose the path that is aligned with our soul's truth and our authenticity. So in order to tap into your soul's truth and your authenticity, then you really need to tap into your heart and really do some self-inquiry, you know, and this is a really powerful time. And like I said, this is having courage, and she's wearing red. And so, you know, this is that fiery, passionate warrior energy, you know, and you have different paths, you have options before you, and, you know, put on this powerful, like, superhero cloak that's going to give you, you know, this passionate, inspired warrior energy, you know. We've got Archangel Michael here. And underneath that, we have Door to Value, more red, fiery energy with abundance coming in. And when you honor your soul's path and your truth in your heart, then you will open up new doors, new opportunities, and abundance will come to you. You know, you can't go wrong. It's like that saying, the truth will set you free. And I feel like, you know, if you've been feeling stuck and confused and uncertain, you know, the truth is in your heart. So really take that time and, you know, get that clarity and go into your heart space and see what's coming up. And the clarifying cards that came up with this are the Eight of Water and the Ace of Fire. So I will talk about the Eight of Water. I just see this as being the divine feminine releasing a lot of past emotions that, you know, it's like this would be like the Eight of Cups. And so it's like, you know, 8 different cups full of emotions that are not serving her highest good anymore. And wanting to, you know, move beyond the past and move beyond all of those emotions that have been holding her back. Like, what fears are holding you back from being able to move forward on your true, authentic path? Like, what is your dream that you really want, and what emotions are tied to that are holding you back from being able to move forward to go after that 9th cup to fulfill your dreams and your wishes? So it's really releasing a lot of these emotions from the past in order to move forward and to look more deeply for something more meaningful and something that's more aligned with your truth and that's, you know, going to fulfill your wishes. And then, you know, the Ace of Fire, here's that, you know, Aries energy coming through. And this is just that ignition and that passion being ignited within you for a new beginning. You know, like God handing down like this beautiful new flame, you know, with this new moon in Aries that's going to just like give you that spark and that fire and that courage and that strength to start moving forward after you have released, you know, whatever emotions are holding you back and not serving your highest good. So, and then, you know, we have 2 8s. Actually, we have 3 8s. Because we have 8 with the indecision and 38, and then we have the 8 of Water. And, you know, 8 can be a number of like feeling really sensitive, and kind of anxious. But then, you know, 8 is also a number of balance with the infinity, and, you know, it's also a number about moving forward powerfully. So I feel like the divine feminine just needs to move through wherever she's feeling like stuck and sensitive and, you know, lacking confidence, and just, you know, release those emotions, go into your heart. And this new Ace of Fire is going to come in to just like give you that ignition and that spark to ignite you to step outside of your comfort zone and, you know, really move forward in that place of like authentic, you know, I'm in my power, I'm going to do my thing, I'm not going to let my fears override my heart's desires anymore. So yeah, kind of a big message there. So with what the feminine is feeling in her heart, we have the World. So this is a card about opening up and expanding and limitless possibilities and really embracing your power. And so I feel like this is the Divine Feminine really needing to open up and expand her heart more around her vision for her life, her vision for her mission, her soul's mission, her life purpose, how she wants to serve others, really like expanding her vision within her heart beyond her union and her divine masculine. And those are important too, but I feel like we are in these energies now that are really asking us to like step it up and get into more of a heart-centered light worker mode, where we have done a lot of the releasing and we've done a lot of the healing. And I feel like this card is just like a calling to the feminine, like a call out saying, you know, it's time to like really rise up. And this person is on this pier and the world is like up here. And so it's like seeing the bigger picture of this twin flame journey and this twin flame path. And, you know, we have to remember that even though we're excited about our union and we're anticipating our union and we want that, you know, there's also the bigger things beyond the union. Like the union is here because we are here to help with the ascension of the planet. And I just always think of the planet ascending when I see this card. Like, the planet is ascending, and it's like Spirit's saying, you know, we need you, and get into light worker mode, like start expanding your vision beyond just, you know, getting into union. And union is a big part of it, but it's like we need to start thinking big picture here, because all of these energies are happening, all of these shifts are happening, and we are the leaders and we are the way showers, and people are really going to start needing us. Like, you know, I'm seeing people in my family going into crisis, and it's like an awakening. And so we're going to start seeing friends and family and people around us starting to awaken. And, you know, we're just really being called to start expanding our vision and our hearts and start thinking outside of the box. Like, what are you really passionate about, and how do you want to expand your heart-centered service? And what gifts do you have that you can share? And, you know, even if it's just simple ways of shining your light every day, you know, and being that light worker. So really trust in the bigger picture, trust in God's plan. And I'm going back to thinking of that quote that I read, you know, at the beginning of the video about how can you go into your heart and align, you know, your vision in your heart with God's vision for you. And this is a 29, so this is an 11, and, you know, it's the number 2 is keep that faith and hope, you know, bring things into balance, balance your perspective. And that number 9 is, you know, that light worker number, 911. And this is a number 11 when we add it up. And the clarifying card is the Ace of Air. So this is a card that is about destiny. And I feel like Spirit is saying to the feminine, trust in this destiny, and know that, you know, the universe has your back, and know that your union is coming together and your heart's desires are manifesting. And it's through your trust and faith in God's plan and the bigger vision that you can let your heart open and expand and start to go into like limitless possibilities of manifesting your dreams and manifesting your goals, and, you know, being that, you know, best version of yourself that is here to be a light worker and to just radiate and shine your light to the world. And the Ace of Air is also about like signs and synchronicities. So if you have been feeling, you know, like you're on that crossroads and you're feeling confused and you have indecision, then look for signs and synchronicities from the universe to help guide you. And, you know, really, this is just really the universe stepping in and saying, you know, we're here to help. You know, so look for those signs, look for those synchronicities, trust in your destiny, and know that it's all unfolding. And when we can find that inner peace, that, you know, we can surrender our union to God and just say, you know, it's in your hands, I completely trust that this is all coming together, then it really like frees up all of this like mental energy and emotional energy, and we can move forward and we can expand our hearts even more. So, okay, so what is the Divine Feminine? What is the healing and the transformation? Oh, one more message with this card that I forgot to mention really quick. I was getting the message that a lot of Divine Feminines, actually I think a lot of the Twin Flame Collective for both masculine and feminine, that we are like in 5D consciousness a lot. And I just was really getting a strong feeling of like 5D consciousness when I was looking at this card. So I just think that that's awesome, because 5D consciousness is, you know, where there is no separation, and we're in more of like a unity consciousness, and, you know, in that unconditional love consciousness. So I think that's really beautiful and amazing. Okay, so what is the healing and transformation taking place for the Divine Feminine at the time of this new moon in Aries? And we have strategy. And so I feel like this just goes back to what I was saying, where, you know, this is a really powerful time for manifestation, for planting new seeds, for setting intentions, setting goals, and, you know, thinking about what you really want to manifest. So yeah, so it's time to really, you know, take some time to maybe journal with, you know, this ink and feather here, quill, I guess is what you call it. Really take some time to think about what it is that you want to co-create and manifest. And like I said, we are at the beginning of this. Aries is the beginning of the new zodiac year. So think about like short-term goals and long-term goals, and, you know, use these new moon energies to really support you in finding this new direction that you want to go. And maybe writing it out and journaling as an exercise, and, you know, writing out like a goal for this month, and then a goal for the next 3 months, and then a goal for the next 6 months, and then a goal for the next year. And then you can start to like break that down into baby steps of like what you're going to do to start to move closer to that goal or that intention. But, you know, intentions are really powerful when it comes to manifestation. And, you know, think about where you are right now, and then think about your dream and this best version that you envision of yourself and your life, and look at the steps in between where you are now and where you want to be, and vibrationally, what does that look like? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you vibrating? What are you radiating? How are you interacting with other people? And just create like a really detailed, vivid, juicy picture. And the clarifying card that came up with this is the Queen of Air. And I'm just feeling like with this Queen of Air, you know, she's all about getting really clear and setting clear boundaries. So if you have, you know, like for me as an artist, I am setting clear boundaries to focus more on my mission and, you know, to do my artwork. And sometimes I will shut off my phone, I'll shut off my landline, I'll turn off the ringer, you know, and I'll just create a space and an environment that's going to be free of distractions and interruptions so that I can stay focused. So think about what boundaries might you need to set with your technology, with your friends and your family. If you want to designate certain hours to focus on whatever your goal is. But yeah, just get really clear on what your purpose is and, you know, create those clearly written goals. I'm really noticing this white owl here as well, and the owl is a symbol of like wisdom and intuition. So really, you know, you bring your intuition into this, and the owl is nocturnal, so the owl has the ability to like see through illusion. So I feel like, you know, as you are cultivating a strategy, you know, for going back to how you want to move forward, you know, really tap into your intuition and get honest with yourself and bust through the illusions, like the owl seeing in the night through the darkness. You know, really get in touch with that higher self aspect, that high priestess within you. And, you know, let that high priestess energy really come in and help you like see through the dark. You know, where might you, where might you need to just cut through some illusions that you've had within yourself about being able to manifest something that you've really been wanting to do. I'll use a personal example here. In my mission, I have really been wanting to do a Facebook Live, and I have been terrified. And I know that probably sounds silly, but I think a lot of twin flames, it's like it's scary for us to allow ourselves to be seen, and to be seen in a way where we're like sharing messages and, you know, expressing our truth. And that's part of our past life stuff. And now it's time for us to be seen. So no more hiding, you know, and I'm working on this. This is my new moon intention, is to do a Facebook Live. And so I'm working on getting my courage and my strength up to do that. And I will. I haven't nailed down the day and the time yet, but it's going to be soon. And so just, it's thinking about, you know, I guess for me, there is like, has been this little voice in my head saying like, who do you think you are? So I have to really like tell that voice to take a back seat. So think about, you know, I'm using that owl. Like, think about what illusions you have that you might have not even seen before. You know, before it was like I was just so comfortable with being okay with not being seen because it felt safe. But I can't do that anymore. It's time for me to really rise up and step into my power and like rise into my best version of myself, you know, and this isn't the time for me to like continue to like be afraid of that. It's time to bust through that. So I'm getting, you know, into my Queen of Air mode, and I'm, you know, cutting through all of the illusions, cutting through what's not serving my highest good so that I can, you know, have a strategy for how I want to manifest my dreams. And I'm noticing this key here. So we just have to remember, like, we have the key. This is a card that's all about co-creating with the divine. And so we have the ability, just going back to that binocular example, to align our vision with God's vision, and to know that, you know, we have that support, that divine support. So I hope that that helps. Okay, let's look at the energy of the union. We have a man holding a heart. This card keeps coming up. This is so exciting to see. And this is the energy of the union. So I just feel like for the divine masculine, this is saying, you know, the divine masculine is really coming into balance emotionally within his heart. And we were really seeing that coming through in his cards. And this is for the union. So this means the divine masculine energy within the feminine and the divine masculine energy for the divine masculine. So within both of us and within the energy of our union, we are really balancing this ability to listen to our hearts. And so for the masculine, it's about listening to his heart when it comes to the people that he loves, his family, his divine feminine, and just really getting in touch with his emotions in general. You know, this is really new for him to be in this place of being like living a heart-centered life and honoring his feelings and letting his feelings be his authority and, you know, really making powerful decisions about his life from his heart. And so for the feminine, what we're really seeing coming through is it's coming through, you know, how she's choosing to go about her career path, her mission, her life purpose, you know, whatever it is for her and how she's, you know, wanting to move forward in her life, on her spiritual path. She is also being asked here to really go into her heart and to really listen to her heart. Yeah, and I'm just noticing like all of the pretty blossoms here, and so I just feel like, again, it's like this masculine emotional heart energy is really strengthening and blooming and growing and blossoming from this the sun energy growing stronger. Let's see. I'm also just really feeling the energy of the masculine, like saying to the divine feminine, I just want you to know that I am here with true intentions, and you are the one that I'm holding this heart for. And, you know, I'm really here with positive, high vibrational intentions, and I'm wanting to, you know, bring this balance and harmony into our connection, and I'm wanting to also serve others. I feel like the divine masculine is also feeling some kind of a calling to serve others from his heart, do some kind of heart-centered service. And the clarifying card that came up with this is the Six of Earth. So this is about giving and receiving and that balance energy, and just, you know, it's like that energy of giving and then the universe rewarding you and receiving. And so I just feel like this has to do with, you know, Spirit saying to twin flames, thank you for all of your hard work, and I want to acknowledge you and reward you. And we also had this, you know, Six of Fire, success and victory card here. So yeah, really beautiful energies here for the connection. And I'm noticing that I'm already at an hour and 23 minutes, and I have no idea how that happened. So I'm just going to move right along, and we'll wrap up here. And what I felt guided to do was I added up all of the numbers of the cards to come up with a letter to read, and they added up to number 90. And so I have two of the Divine Love Letter books here. So I'm just going to read number 90 from both of these books because I just felt really strongly that these are both messages that really wanted to come through with this reading. So let's see, the first one from book 1. So as I'm reading this, just pretend, you know, this is a letter to you from your beloved. It says, I love you. That's pretty obvious, I'm sure. You've probably already known that, even though I have tried to hide my feelings and have, frankly, behaved like a total jerk. I am so sorry for that. I am really sorry if I ever hurt you, which I am sure I have. But you must know that I didn't mean to. It's just that I absolutely lost the plot over you. It freaked me out completely. It brought up all of my insecurities and thinking that I wasn't able to have someone as beautiful as you, and you couldn't possibly really love me. I thought that it can't be true, that I must push it away, push you away, because what if you're going to hurt me? I was a fool. I have been a fool. I am so sorry. I will make it up to you. I have always loved you. I am in love with you. Believe in me. So, that's just like hitting me in the heart. I just really feel that coming through the cards. And especially, you know, with all of this justice and balance and this appreciation, like, oh, sorry. Okay, moving on. Okay, here's from book number 2, letter number 90. That there is nothing that is going to stop us from coming together. It's like when the bobsled has started to go down the ice run, and it's just picking up speed. There's something inevitable that happens. Well, just like that, we will have our explosions of love. The explosion of passion that we have had to suppress for such a long time, that has been throbbing in my soul and reverberating around my heart for way, way, way too long. That's it. There's a sense of magic about to happen. I feel it, and there is no stopping it. The magic is happening, and we need to buckle up for the ride. Stay in your heart and mine. Wow. That's just totally making me think of, you know, what I was talking about, where it's like the energies right now are just really culminating to like this climax that just wants to like burst. And, you know, like I was getting that image of like, you know, the cork popping off of the bottle of champagne and just like that rocket taking off in the sky. It's just like this magic is in the air, this anticipation is in the air, this excitement is in the air, and we're just really feeling all of this beautiful energy in our connection, you know, all of this heart energy, all of this heart expansion, and it's really exciting. So, perfect letters. Okay, we will finish up with guidance from Spirit, advice for this reading. And for the Divine Masculine, we have don't compromise. Okay, so it says, true wisdom stands the test of time, and your decision not to compromise on something you truly believe is a wise one. Sometime soon, there's a magical occurrence. And through a series of unexpected but interrelated events, your world changes for the better. This is all a direct result of the strength and the commitment that you have shown towards something that you believe in. You will soon reap the rewards, and your strength and strong commitment will serve both you and others well. So this is so perfect, and I was seeing the image of this contract card as I was reading that about, you know, honoring your commitment and staying true to yourself and working towards something that you believe in, and, you know, being rewarded for that, and not compromising on the truth of who you are in your soul and what your heart's desires are. Really staying true to yourself, even if other people are disagreeing, or, you know, whatever society says, if it doesn't fit, like, you're just staying true to yourself, and that's awesome. And for the Divine Feminine, I think we got this card the last time, because I remember with the Libra full moon. So this energy is really powerful, and it's still here right now for the Divine Feminine, is this balance. And I think the Divine Feminine, you know, like I said, it's like balancing aspects of our life, balancing family, balancing fun, balancing work, balancing home life, balancing, you know, going out and having fun with friends, and, you know, balancing our inner masculine energy with our feminine energy, just really coming into this place of wholeness and balance. So I'm going to read from the book on I Am Balance. Negative thoughts and self-criticism are diminishing your sense of worth, and as such, you do not see the beautiful and unique qualities that you possess. At the core of your being, you hold endless love and creative possibility. Love and creativity are your true nature. The things that you don't like about yourself, that you believe to be bad, or are ashamed of, are as good and valuable as the things that you do like about yourself. Everything in our world consists of complementary opposites. Yin and yang, or positive and negative charges, are a necessary part of life, and they exist in everyone and in everything. Without this, nothing in our world would exist. In rejecting aspects of yourself, you are in a way rejecting the whole nature of existence. It is only through embracing and loving yourself totally that the balance can be restored. You do not need to improve in order to be successful and happy. You just need to change the perceptions that you have of yourself. Love and accept yourself as you are, and your life will automatically transform. You don't need to change who you are. You just need to love yourself. So that is such a beautiful message and wonderful words of wisdom and advice from Spirit for the Divine Feminine, of coming into this place of wholeness and embracing our shadow aspects and embracing our light aspects. And when we can embrace all of the beautiful aspects of ourselves along with all of the shadowy aspects of ourselves, then we really come into this place of wholeness and balance. And, you know, like it said, it's not about doing something, creating some big massive change. It's about just accepting and honoring and loving yourself for who you are right now today. And, you know, just like I was saying, I've been struggling with being able to do a Facebook Live, and, you know, it's like embracing the dark parts of myself is helping me to have the strength to be able to move forward, to live my dreams. And all I have to do is I just have to be myself. You know, it's like in my mind I was telling myself, like, you know, that there was something about me that, you know, I needed to learn or do or attain or acquire before I could do a Facebook Live. And I don't have to do that. I can just, like, do it. You know, but it's just, like, funny how we have all of these, like, limiting thoughts and beliefs, and that we are our own person that's holding us back, you know, from living our best life. So just keep working with that, and keep finding the balance in your mind and finding the balance in your heart. And, you know, I think with this energy in our union, we're doing a good job with that. Lots of energy of balancing here. Lots of sixes. So, okay, well, I hope that this reading was helpful for you. I am sorry it is so long, but if you are still here, I appreciate you You know, being invested in your spiritual path and your twin flame journey and writing this out with me. And if you would like one-on-one guidance with a Skype session, or if you would like a private reading, I would love to support you in your journey, so I will leave all of that information below. And I am wishing you all a very beautiful and blessed and fiery and passionate new moon in Aries. Take care.